Hello, good morning. How are you all? I hope you're all well. I'm reading through some of your messages and I'm getting alarmed with some of them. Not pouring with rain here, but you're a long way away, Carol, so that's okay for the moment anyway. Although I have to say, I'm not a lover of the great heat. But anyway, we are here today and we are going to show off this little card here. It's to do with some new papers that I've got for you, some new Perfect Partners paper pads, which are in some lovely colours. And I thought I'd team it up with some new linen card colours, which have just arrived as well. So, and you know that many of you will know that we used to do a Fancy Fold Friday, and I thought, well, we can't be away from it for very long. So this is a Fancy Fold as well. You will or may notice already that I've got this die cut on the front, and this is from the JND Mayfield die set, which was launched in sort of January, I think, February this year. Unfortunately, it was a limited edition and so is no longer available, but I know that many of you have already got it and I thought it'd be nice to use it. These are the double layered sentiments from Lisa Horton. Again, not really available again anymore, but they have been available, so I thought we'd use that as well. And the pièce de la résistance is when we open it up, we have got a lovely card fold here, which will actually sit up like that as well. So, whoops, so that I can't get it to sit up and you be able to see it, unfortunately. So you've got plenty of room for either embellishments, extra embellishments, or writing your sentiment in here. You could obviously write it on the back as well if you didn't want to write it inside, but you have got really quite a nice area with, you could even, in this sort of fold of card, you could even put pictures, photographs and things like that, which would be really nice. So almost like a little tiny mini album. So yeah. And they do match, don't they, Jeanette? I thought, thank you for noticing. Yes, I thought that I would put this colour today and I thought, do you know what? That goes there. So does the pen that I used. That quite goes as well, but you're not supposed to notice that pen. So having said that, I'm actually going to do a slightly different colour because I want to show you the different colourways that this is available in. So let me grab this lot and show you all what's what. So this one was made with the Perfect Partners Bouquet Showers. So I'm doing it on a bundle offer today because I know that people usually like to say, well, I'd like all the bits that make it up. Obviously, you can't get the sentiments and that, but you'd make your own. But so there we go. We have got the Perfect Partners Bouquet Showers. So you've got 36 8x8 pieces of card in there with all sorts of lovely patterns and bits and pieces in there. I have to say that's what's left of the one I was using. And then to go with that, the lilac and white, and again 36 8x8 sheets, so that all goes with that. And then I've got the matching linen card. So there are some new colours in of linen cards. As always, they're not actually going to show very well on the video thing, I'm afraid. They're just beautiful in real life. So the colours, now this one is completely new. This one is called Grape, and this one is not completely new, but nevertheless, it goes really well with it. And this one is called Lilac. So that is one bundle, and that is how we make the card up here. Okay. And then the other bundle, which is the one that I'm going to use right now, is the Mint Drops bundle. And so this one is again 36 sheets, 8x8, but got this sort of like lilac-y stroke mint colour in there, which I think is really, really lovely. And I'm going to be using that one. And then we've got the matching mint and white with all those patterns again, 36 sheets, 8x8. And that goes with two brand new colours to the linen card range, which is baby blue. So that's like, I would have said more an aqua or a mint. And then that teams up with lavender, which is that lovely, pretty purpley sort of colour, lavender colour, really. So they all go together, whoops, like that. So 2 different bundles. So I'm going to, I've worked on this one. So this one is the Bouquet. What did I just call it again? Bouquet Showers. That's what the actual pack is called. Bouquet Showers, that one's called. And this one is called Mint Drops. And so that's what I'm going to be working with today. So let's bring these bits and pieces over. So first of all, we need to make the card base. And although it looks a little bit impressive, it is very, very simple. What I've actually done, I wanted a true 6x6 piece of card. And this one was therefore a 7x7 already made card. And I have trimmed it down because I found that the not so-called 6x6 ones, they really aren't, and it just frustrates me. So I decided I'd just cut it down. It's just that otherwise you're working with such funny measurements, sort of 0.3 and 1/8 and 1/16, and I can't be doing with that either. So subsequently we've got a 6x6 piece of card. So I have already cut out some pieces. So we have got the front piece here, and I've cut that out in the lavender, and I've also got the 2 pieces for inside as well. So we will have a piece inside there and a piece inside there, but we need the mechanism, don't we? So let's do that, because again, very, very simple. So I've taken a piece of A4 card. If I put it back together again like a jigsaw puzzle, you'll see that that was an A4 piece of card, and the measurement of an A4 piece of card is 21 centimeters, full stop anyway. So all I've done is I have measured along that away 21 centimeters. So I therefore have a square, and I'm going to keep this bit because I want to stamp my sentiment on there in just a little while. So that one's on one side. So with my piece of card, I'm just going to do a bit of origami, really. I'm just going to fold it a bit. So I'm going to fold it in half first. So I'm just folding edge to edge. I could score it, but do you know what? This particular one is so easy to do that it's just as easy to just go ahead and fold it. So I've folded it in half that way, opening it up, turning it around, and then folding it up the same way like that. So just getting those edge to edge pieces and burnishing it. Open it up. Then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to then go from point to point. So doing it diagonally just the once. So that little point there, if I hold that in place like so, I can then just burnish these pieces so that we've got that point there like that. Okay. And then we simply need to just literally push wherever it's going to, however it's going to go, if you see what I mean. And it simply folds down into sort of like a, do you remember those old fashioned things you had at Christmas? A bit like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Don't know what they're called, but sort of like a little thing that you wrote, I love you, or give me 3 kisses and that sort of thing. Or was it just me? Perhaps it was just me. You've got a fuzzy picture? I haven't got a fuzzy picture. I don't know. What I would suggest, if you have got a problem with sound or with picture, I would go completely out of it and then come back in again. So that usually does the trick. So I have already done my mechanism, and you can imagine that we are then going to simply pop this into here. And as we open it up, there will be, whoops, there will be our mechanism as we open. So let's choose some papers to do some decoration with, because it's a fun bit, this bit. So we've got some of the gorgeous papers, and it's hard to choose which one is the best or which one I would like to choose. But I think I'm going to have a look. So I'm going to want one of the plainer colours. So I'm going to go with that. And then I'm going to have one of those as well. So that's the sort of mauve with the aqua dot on it. So that'll be quite a nice one to go with. And then I think I'm going to have another one of those. So that's going to be for that. Now I then want one on the front. So we'll go for one of those. And then finally, I want one inside as well. So let's just randomly go for that one. So quite a few pieces of paper, but there's loads in there, 36 sheets. And then you've got another pad with another 36 sheets in. So it's quite a lot. So I need to do a bit of cutting. So first of all, I want to do my inside pieces and my front cover. So I'm going to cut with that first. And I'm just going to get my, my cutter here. And I'm just going to cut these pieces now. Let me just remember what I did for here. So 14 and a half. So if we do some at 14, we should be good to go. So just going to, this one's going to be the front piece. So I'm just going to cut one piece out for that. That's my front piece. And then for the inside, I want two the same really. So I'm just going to use two of the same here, like this. So just trim these all up. So lots of cutting, but really, really simple. And even if you're sort of challenged, shall we say, with making cards that are a bit different, I think this one really fits the bill quite nicely. So that's all my bits for inside here. So let's just pop some of them together. So our lovely frame. So this is going to be our front of our card. Sorry, reaching over for the glue. So I'm going to pop my first piece onto there. Like that. And as I said, I have already cut out one of the beautiful Mayfield dies. And that's going to go on the front there. And you will be pleased to hear, hopefully you'll be pleased to hear, that actually I'm going to stick that on with sticky specs. That a little birdie told me that there might be a Christmassy version of this gorgeous type of die coming out. So watch out for that, because that would be really lovely. And I do hope that that does happen, because it's such a pretty die. And you could make far more embellishments on here. You could put lots of ribbon, threading it through and all that if you do have this die. And if you don't, one of your other dies, I'm sure that you've got plenty that would fit in here really well, or a picture, or just a sentiment, or so versatile. So that's going to go on the front of my card. So it's a top folding card, but it's really quite clever because it sits in and opens up in all sorts of different ways. So just going to pop that here. Okay. And then I'm going to open that up, and I'm just going to put my beautiful lavender card first, just inside, and on this piece as well. You don't need to do all the pieces if you didn't want to, and you can obviously make this card that much smaller if you want to. But I think a 6x6 is quite a nice size, and it's quite a nice finish to it all. It really looks a bit of a spectacular card, I think. Don't know what we're going to call it though. It's sort of a pop-out card or something, isn't it? It's a little bit like the twist and pop card that I did, oh gosh, 2 or 3 years ago now. Let's do that one again sometime, because that one's rather nice as well. But so there we've got our front of our card, and as we open it up, our 2 inner pieces. Pop that to one side, and we need to decorate the inside of our card there. So in order to do that, I'm going to take some more of my card, which, as we said, is the, not grape, it is the lavender. I'm going to take another sheet of that to cut out some squares. So again, bring my trimmer in. And my first pieces need to be cut at 9.5 by 9.5. So I'm simply going to cut long ways and cut, oops, 9.5. I need 4 of them. 9.5 and 9.5. So that's going to go there into the centre. One at the top. That one's for that side. So I need one more. 9.5. And this would make, you know, this sort of thing would make such a lovely sort of wedding card or something where you've got lots of places to put in photographs or wishes or, you know, all sorts of things like that. So then I've chosen my coloured card. I want to have 2 pieces that are with this colour, the plain colour, and then 2 pieces with the other. So I'm going to cut at 9 by 9. Just do that. So one of them is going to be 9 by 9 because that's going to be the bit that comes down the bottom there. And this one, I'm going to make this slightly smaller at 8.5 because this is to fit the triangles in. And I found that actually it needs a little bit extra taken off. So I must pop that to one side because that's for the triangles. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. So a 9 by 9, loads of paper left over for other bits and pieces. And then finally an 8.5 by 8.5. And if you watch this on playback later, you'll be able to stop it when I say what size is everything, won't you? So now I just need to do a bit of trimming for these. So the pieces that are the triangles, I just need to trim these down into triangles. So by doing that, I simply make sure that I have got my cutting line here, which is along this edge here. And I place one point at the top on the cutting line and the other point at the cutting line down there. And because I'm using a track one as opposed to a guillotine, I will make sure that my cutting blade is actually here in the middle of it all before I do it. The reason being that otherwise, if I just went straight down, I would possibly catch the very points and then they wouldn't be sharp. But then that way they are sharp and nicely done. So then we need to do the same with this. So the point at the top in the on the cutting bit, right in the middle, and let's marry those up. And again, make sure that my point is, my cutting blade is in the middle, and then just up and down with that one. And then I just need to do these ones as well. So again, cutting points, cutting blade in the middle. Not so crucial to do that part of it if you were doing your guillotine, obviously, but your guillotine would be fine. This one just needs to have the points cut. So that's a top tip, I would say, today. Make sure that blade is always in the middle. So now these simply need to be all popped together. So I'm going to have my diamonds so that I have got the plain one down the bottom. So that one there. And my plain colour, which is actually a piece of card, but could easily be the same. It's more or less the same sort of colour as the, sorry, this is a piece of paper out of the paper pad that could easily be very much similar to the colour of card that you've got with it. Not quite sure why it's called baby blue, but Perhaps they just run out of colours to call it, eh? There are some other new colours as well that are not in the packs today. So if you are into the linen card, they aren't on the Facebook Live section. They are in the actual cardstock section. And the other two colours, there's 5 new colours altogether. They are available individually. And they are 2 different shades of blue. One is called Stone, which is like a light denim. And the other one is called Jeans, which is perhaps a darker denim. But they are all available individually on the Facebook Live section of, sorry, on the cardstock section of the website maximumcrafts.com. So you can see it's easier to put these down all whilst I'm actually going along, I think. So just popping all these panels in so that we've got all that there. Easier to do it whilst it's on the flat, remembering that this is going to be the way round it's going. And then, so my patterned pieces up there, so my plain pieces are going to be along here at the top end of it so that it sort of matches nicely. And to here. And then the other one. I have to tell you, because I've got no one else to tell right now at this minute, that I'm very excited just now, because just as I came online, my postman arrived and I had some photographs taken of all the family when we went to see my grandson on his first birthday a few weeks ago. And I had been so disappointed because I'd sent some away and they were just atrocious and it was my fault. But they really were chronic, and I've managed to get some and they are beautiful. And I'm very, very chuffed that they are. It's very disappointing, isn't it, when photographs come out and they're not how you wished. So there we are. There is our lovely mechanical insert now. So I'm just going to pick up these corners. And if you make sure that they're nice and crisply folded, they should fit in there nicely. Bring over my centre. Now, so with a 6x6 card blank and with a 21 centimetre square card, that fits in there just perfectly. So to start off with, I'm just going to put plenty of glue onto this part here. So this is the bottom bit. Just double sure that you are going to pop it in the right way. And I'm going to pop it on, and predominantly I'm just going to make sure that the very top of here is not right up against that fold. I want it to be close to the fold, but not right up against it. So I'm popping that down, and then I'm simply going to be popping more glue onto there and then closing the card so that I can give it a good old push. Okay. Get that all staying stuck. Pop that to one side. Got my piece of leftover from that, and I'm just going to choose a sentiment to go on there. Oops. Oh, can't get it off. Going for have a great day. So, get my stamping platform and put my bit of card on there, keeping it in place. And I'm just going to pop that on there randomly because I'm going to use one of the dies that comes with this set to cut that out. I'm going to take my quick dry pigment ink because these have got some lovely colours that go with it. This is the pastel set. So these are the 5 centimetre square. So they're not the tiny, tiny ones. These are the 5 centimetres square. And I think that that one there looks a really good choice to go with here. So I'm going to use that today. I'm going to ink up my stamp. Might need a couple of goes on it because it's quite a pale colour, but we shall see. Let's press that down and have a look. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for one more go with that because I want it to be able to be seen, but I want it in that lovely pastel colour as well. I'll just go over a second time. And because this is the quick dry one, it will dry very quickly. If you want to be able to emboss it with clear embossing powders, you need to use the other one, the ordinary pigment ones, but this is the quick dry one, so it dries very, very quickly. So let us just pop that back. I will pop it back with the others because otherwise I'll find that I can't find it next time round. Ever done that? Constantly, constantly. So I've got to marry it up with my, now I think it's this one. Let's just see. Oh, that was a good guess, wasn't it? So that's my outline die. These come with a double outline die, but I'm not actually going to use the double outline. Or am I? Oh, do you know? I think I will. Okay, I will. So this is the inner one. So this is going to cut it very tight to the actual sentiment. So it just pops over. I'm only doing it because I can, because, you know, it's that sort of a day. Why not? So I'm going to cut that one into there. And then I'm going to grab one of the pieces of papers that I was using, and I'm going to cut the outer die from there because I can. Because no one said I can't, so I will. So let me just move this out of the way so that I can get to my machine and run these through, making sure that they run through that away so that they've got plenty of room in which to cut, and I can put them both next to each other there without any problem. Just run that through. Need those little bits there. So yes, my cutter is a Stampin' Up cutter. Used to have one a long time ago, and then they had such terrible trouble getting the blades and things. So I've gone over to, now they have got the blades, I've gone back over to one of those for when I want to use that sort of a cutter, really. I do prefer a guillotine, to be honest with you, but of course they don't go, we need a bigger one. We do need a bigger one. So my lovely little sentiment is going to pop into them. So now you can see what I mean about it having a shadow behind it. So the double layer, which is quite nice. So a little bit of glue on here. And then just pop that into place. And hopefully that should fit quite perfectly. And then I'm just going to put some foam onto the background there to lift it up a bit. So I quite like it to have a little bit of an oomph. So, whoops, don't want a little bit there, do we? Don't want to be able to be seen through it, do we? Let's trim that bit off. The papers are just beautiful. They're good quality, and it's lovely to have the cardstock that goes with them as well. So it's really quite a nice choice. And you do see me use these paper pads quite a lot because when it comes to papers, I haven't even then got to think about it, which is what I like. I like to think more of the design rather than what colours I'm going to choose. And when the colours have already been thought out for you, the way to go, I reckon. So clearly with this one, bring in the other one as well, you could have lots, because I've used the Mayfield for the background, you could go into all of these little bits with pearls and make it look extra specially beautiful. And I will be doing that in my own sweet time. I will have a go at that and have a look. But nevertheless, you can see you've got all the lovely papers that match beautifully. And then when you open it up, bring it in so you can see it, you've got that lovely crisp white with all that borders and that and all the papers that go together. That's what I love about these, that they just match. And hopefully, if you would like one and you get them in your own home, you'll be able to see, oh yeah, that did look absolutely perfect, because they really, the colours just match so beautifully. But I'm afraid they're not really, well, in my thing here, they're not really showing it very well, the colours, but beautiful. So there we go. This is the card for today. We'll call it a pop-up, but I don't know. I don't know what you could call it. And as I said, it does actually sit up like that. You can see it like that. But also, it will stand up like that. Okay? Stand up two ways. Stand up so that it's sort of slightly back. But I know you can't see that because it's difficult with the camera. Sorry. But so you don't have, you can have it in all sorts of ways. And if you did have this one as one with you had some pictures in it, it would be lovely to actually leave it open, wouldn't it? So something for you to get your teeth into today. I hope you have enjoyed it, and look forward to maybe getting an order or two from you. You never know. It would be lovely if you feel that you would like to join in with that. So we are back on Sunday. Sunday is Father's Day, so I'm going to do a masculine type card. It is a little kit, so I was going to do that a couple of weeks ago, but decided to keep it until Father's Day. So yeah, it's Father's Day on Sunday in the UK, and I'm going to be doing just a little kit there with a masculine card. So that's 11 o'clock on Sunday. I'm busy doing lots of Christmas cards at the moment in the background, so I should get back to my Christmas cards when it's 28 degrees outside. That's how the cookie crumbles, eh? So have a great day, everybody. I'm going to go and sit and look at my photographs again now, just for a little bit of enjoyment of a happy time. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the little bell that will notify you when something new is going to come up. But it's always on a Wednesday and a Sunday at 11 o'clock. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.